Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drag Queen Game and Study on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a new Let's Play series on a game that is called Depiction of Pleasure. Actually doesn't have any outright explicit material in it, as far as I can tell, so, it's also a jam game, I think, so this should be rather interesting. Yeah, the arrival of some kind of strange creature pretends to future events. I don't know. This is, cool art. This is really cool art, though. I wish it had music. I don't know if it has music. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Start. This VN contains depictions of substance abuse, gore, sexual references and kinks, crude language, self-harm, and minor flashing lights. Oh no, not the flashing lights. Proceed? Yes. There we go, music. When the sands rose, everyone moved into the castle. It was supposed to be temporary. Officially, it still is. Those who leave never return. Those who stay rely on us monks. I step carefully over a sleeping wolf covered in rags. Even we have begun to run out of resources. The beetle demands temperance, abstinence, clarity. Morning prayers have started. A hyena in a monk's habit is chanting at the center of the pavilion. Peasants and their children sit around him repeating his chant. The chant written by my lord. Some of the peasants and their children turn to me, forming a hook with two fingers and tapping their forehead. I give them my own monk's salute. The hyena doesn't acknowledge me. Vermin indulge, men endure. Swallow a grain, go up in flame. I pick up two water buckets and join his chant in my head. Pleasure is the sewage that washes away your dignity. Until you're alone in a sunless desert begging for your name. I walk past them until I'm at a heavy wooden door, the last exit from the castle. All the others were sealed. I steel myself. This is my duty. This is why I live. I pull my cloak over my nose and mouth. Temperance, abstinence, clarity. I use my body to block the others from seeing the sands as I exit. Oh wow, this is a weird-looking desert. Vermin indulge, men. Fuck! Stench of rotting flesh. Someone died a few steps away from the gates. They're wearing monk's robes. The sand around their body is charred, their head twisted backwards. Those upside-down, hollowed-out eyes stare at me. They're smiling. I resist the urge to puke. Down to 5, maybe less. I used to pride myself on knowing the name of every monk in our convent. Now I'm relieved if I don't recognize one. I hold on tight to the buckets in my hand and move on. The rising sand will bury the corpse eventually. Weird-looking desert. No wind blows outside the castle. No birds cry. My footprints from yesterday are undisturbed. Silence stretches into the eerie distance. I focus on the horizon. A familiar nauseous aching has already begun. Sand, 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 sand. Shut up! My mouth shouldn't be watering. My fingers shouldn't be twitching. Temperance. Abstinence. You're already running late. Use the rush of energy. Spit it out when it gets bad. I place my left shoe in the footprint in front of me. Carefully, I test my weight on the deep dunes. One wrong step and I sink into the sands. You want it. You can't fool yourself. I nestle my right foot to the next print. The downhill slopes are the most dangerous. The sands shift easiest here. I have to angle my body just right. They'll be impressed that you dance with death. And he'll never find out. I stop. Panting, I measure how far I have to go. About a quarter of the way remaining. But you'd love it if he did know, wouldn't you? If he knew exactly how much of an insect you are. The air is still. The castle is a half a day away. No one can see me here. I lower the buckets into the pond and fill them with water. Then I set them carefully on the black, thrumming edge of the oasis. I catch my breath. A strand of drool drips from the bottom of my chin and stretches down to the sand. The damp spot hisses. Do it. Fine. I scrape the bottom of my feet for a few grains to pick out the smallest ones. My nose twitches. Salt and patchouli, even though through the cloak covering my face. I pull it down and place the grain of sand on my tongue. Now to dilute it. I take a few sips from the bucket to rinse my mouth until the sand is dissolved. Then I spit out half. I repeat this a few times. Half. Quarter. Eighth. 128th. 256th. Hmm. Huh, that's weird. What is he doing? The crowd around the hyena was finished chanting and is now lining up to receive my water. They whisper thanks and prayers as they fill their cups. They love me. My eyes twitch. One of the peasants' children that saw me before smiles widely at me. Shit. Help yourselves. I have business to attend to. Like this, my lord? Bigger. Truly, my lord? Yes, bigger. There we go. Oh god, this is giving me some Mroho vibes. If y'all don't know what that is, look up Mroho on YouTube. It's Mrojoh. You're gonna fall down a rabbit hole of fuckery on this one. Has your eminence ever encountered a fire beetle? No clue. Many of the acquaintances have in their travels. One is given to believe they are less than a centimeter in length. Is that not correct? Bigger. I chewed the inside of my cheek and turned back to the sketch. Is this more pleasing? It's still too small, just... Humble draftsman that I am, my lord, I have trouble interpreting visions of the Empyrean. Perhaps you would prefer to paint this part? Do not condescend me, monk. I freeze. Wake up, please wake up, come back. He looks me straight in the face for a moment. Then we both break into smiles. I relax. Come on, you know my condition. Pictures don't like me. Of course, your eminence. I wouldn't usually bother you for help with art, but this painting is too important for my paltry skill. These are images from beyond the sands. A dream message. We'll display it outside these crumbling walls for everyone to see. It will keep the desperate from succumbing to the sand. I shift uncomfortably. He notices and pats my shoulder. Don't worry too much. What you're drawing is merely a guide for the actual painter. I do a mental check of the other monks in the castle. Actual painter? Who? They are a guest. An avian messenger announced them yesterday. My tail flicks in excitement. Guest implies that they're not from here, which means they have to traverse the sands, which means... From the castle? A monk? Not quite, no. Do they have news? Maybe. The messenger said they weren't much of a talker. You'll meet them later. A knock on the wall. There's a skinny, pale monk at the entrance to the Lord's painting room. Good lord, that is a weird-looking monk. I know him. A wolf. The archivist. He throws me an annoyed glance. His eyes travel over the sketch of a fire beetle, then to my lord. He clasps his hands and bows. My lord, a new project? Yes, a prophecy for the refugees, to give them hope. Ah, how lovely! If you have a moment, I would like to reopen our discussion from last week. He pulls a leather journal from the folds of his cloak. Today's log from the almanac. The star reading for this date informs us that... I don't care. The wolf raises his voice and continues. That the day of sweat and steel approaches. This clearly means warriors, my lord. We must begin training fighters immediately. Lately, this wolf has gotten thinner than the other monks. I suspect that he's begun taking high doses of sand. The stoop, the bone showing through his arms. Oh, so sand is addictive in this world? Weird. The obsession. Those are the first signs. In a week, he won't be here anymore. I exchange a knowing glance with my lord. I'm glad to hear it. If by any chance you figure out who these warriors should fight, please inform me and I will gather forces. Now, if you don't mind, a guest is arriving soon. But... My lord growls. The wolf stows his book and nods. I catch him clenching his fists. He turns to me and forms a hook with 2 fingers to tap his forehead, then bows before scurrying off. A salute to a monk. The fact that I got more salute than my lord makes my stomach churn. The day of steel and sweat. Something about it feels... familiar? They're screaming down the hall. I hear distant sounds of ceramic crashing and tables flipping over. The wolf lets out a terrible howl before a loud thud rings from the walls. I immediately move in front of my lord. Sire! Cam! I hear his stuttered breathing, so I reach out to hold his hand. His claws dig into my scales. I expand my body as wide as possible to shield it from whatever is on the other side. Clawed feet tap on the stone cobbles outside. It stops just left of the entrance. Silence. It's here. An owl? Aren't they extinct? They're holding a torch? Hello? The owl stutters and eventually gives up on its speech. They sigh before clenching the torch. Uh-oh. The world spins as I drop to the floor. My lord barely maintains his balance by supporting himself on my shoulder. My head. The owl reacts to our pained expression by clutching their torch in horror. Their faces filled with guilt. Guilt. Guilt, 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 guilt. I turn to my lord. I'm sorry. I've never been the monk you wished me to be, and I can never do anything right. Please punish me as you see fit. It's okay. I've been hiding something. We barely get the words out as tears stream down our faces, and he looks at me with tired eyes. We embrace. I can hear the owl panic as they fidget with their torch as another foreign emotion washes over me. Sorry. I hold on to my lord even tighter now, wailing. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Real. Wait. This emotion isn't real. This emotion isn't mine. I wipe my eyes and look up at the owl, who is practically plucking at their feathers. Are you doing this? The sensation stops abruptly as guilt and sorry leaves my mind. We stand back up out of breath. Oh, is it like the only way they can communicate? Are you saying your torch is doing this? Oh, Hori. Get that demon out of here. My lord, I think the owl is trying to tell us something. I said someone get that damn owl out of here. He's happy about being locked up? Okay. The owl jumps around in a circle next to the painting supplies like an excited child. Their talons make cute tapping sounds on the stone floor. My fear of them quickly fades. So, my lord wants you to complete his painting in this cell. Sand got in our actual cells in lower court, so he turned this room into a cell for you. The jail bars look like they could collapse at any moment. I don't think he means it, the imprisonment. He's a good man despite his temper and decree. Do you know what imprisonment means? Imprisonment? The owl, they play with a brush that my lord has prepared for them, humming a tune. I guess not, huh? Excited to paint? The owl picks up on that last word, and their torch glows. Happy, excited. I almost want to stand up and do the little dance they're doing, but I let the emotions flow through me. I'm getting used to this sensation. Wow, that was amazing! I couldn't stop myself from letting a chuckle escape. Maybe that was my own excitement. You can share excitement through your glass torch? They nod. It's incredible! Is this somehow related to your ability to traverse the desert? They tilt their head in confusion. Owl? Sand? Walk? You sand walk torch? I mime and point. They still seem confused, but they pick up on some words. Huh. What was that? An illusion? I'm gonna pause it right there. Y'all, this is very interesting. Alright, the artwork is incredible. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.